The First Descendant just came out on Steam to mixed reviews, and there's a lot of mixed reviews on this game already. Now, some people are saying it's absolutely beautiful, and it's a free game, so how can you dislike it? And that's what we're going to talk about here. A free game that just came out that looks kind of nice, so what's it about? Is it worth playing? And the is it worth playing is a hard question to answer because, again, it's a free game. Like, what does it cost you? 10 minutes to download? Nothing to play? Like, that, of course, should always be worth it to give it a shot because why not if it's free? But like most free games, it has a lot of ways to try and make money, and this is one of the most egregious attempts at making money I've seen in a video game. First, of course, you've got your battle pass, because who doesn't have a battle pass these days that you have to buy every month to make sure you get all the cosmetics and all the things that you're going to fear of missing out on if you don't buy the battle pass. And then look at the rest of this shop. Now, calibers is what the premium currency is called, and 100 calibers, $100 gives you about 5,000 calibers. So when you're looking at these prices, consider what that is. So something that costs 500 premium currency would be about 1/10 of that $100 or $10. So to unlock another character to play as, you're talking between $5 to $10 a character. For a skin, we're talking anywhere from $10 to $20. And don't get me wrong, some of these skins are great. I love this panda skin. It looks absolutely wonderful, but also like it doesn't really fit in with the game world. Then of course you have maids for fan service, you've got premium skins, common skins, makeup, boosts, different ways to upgrade your materials, support items. And then you've got the ultimates, which I believe is the same characters you already buy, but in the ultimate bundle it costs even more, that's slightly better. And those cost legitimately, one of them costs $100 for the ultimate bundle. That's one character. One fully unlocked character with all the bells and whistles is $100, and that is egregious. And don't forget, on top of the battle pass that's limited, they have limited edition skins on top of that to get even more money out of you. So yes, it is a free game, but I would not call it a cheap game. There is a lot of ways to take your money here. A lot of ways to get every little dollar out of you. Weapon boosts, shard boosts, all sorts of things, and of course your caliber boosts, where you get even more calibers if you spend more money, because why not? Here's those ultimate bundles. Again, we're talking up to $100 for one ultimate character that seems to just come with the character and a couple skins. And again, the skins look great. This is really cool, but $100? I don't know about that. So the game itself plays kind of like Destiny. It's kind of a generic looter shooter kind of game, but there's a lot of jank in here. Maybe it's just the launch kind of jankiness, but things don't seem to work as they should. The big gimmick is you get a grappling hook to be able to jump between terrain, but it doesn't seem to lock on to everything super well. It only goes like to certain areas. Your character's a little jittery. Maybe that's on my end. My controller has been broken, so I'm not going to say that's necessarily against the game. That could just be my broken equipment, but it still doesn't seem to be super responsive or feel super great. But as for the actual combat itself, I mean, it's a looter shooter, right? You get a couple abilities, you find a character that has the abilities that you like, you run into combat, you hide behind cover, you shoot, you get better guns so you can shoot harder, so you can get better guns, so you can shoot harder, so you can get better guns, so you can shoot harder, so you can get better guns. You know the gameplay loop. And granted, I'm just at the start of the game, but these like generic entry-level fights are just boring. Absolutely boring. You have enemies that have no chance of hurting you, that just kind of walk around and shoot and miss. And again, it's early game, so I know that they should improve. It should get harder, but man, is it awful when a game throws no challenge at you at the start and you have to play this mandatory long tutorial where nothing important happens and it's just boring all the way through. Now, early in the first tutorial, it did give us a sight of maybe a boss enemy or some sort of raid or something that'll be a little bit later. And this was a lot more fun. This Colossals where you have to take out different body parts and shoot parts down and rip things off. Now, granted, this fight didn't last too long because, again, tutorial, so they didn't make it too hard. But I see a lot of potential with these potentially being fun, especially like on harder difficulties or once you have your setups how you want to have them. But I feel like if you've played Destiny, then you've already played this game. Like, it's the same thing with some minor differences, and there are a lot more characters. I don't know how many guns there are. I gotta play with a shotgun, I gotta play with a sniper rifle, and I gotta play with an assault rifle. Again, it was all very generic, and that's ultimately kind of where I feel with this game, is it's generic. You get generic guns, generic copy and paste kind of characters, right? You have Bunny, who is your anime girl who runs really fast. Like, it's a cliche. I'm not saying cliches are bad. Sometimes tropes are fun to have, but like, it's just generic. And I know I compared it to Destiny, but I also feel that Warframe is an appropriate way to compare this game as well, because that's what the gameplay loop ultimately is you're going to do missions to get materials to upgrade your Warframe or your Descendant or whatever you want to call it, so you can do more missions so you can upgrade your character. It's just an infinite loop that has no depth to it. It really is. That is it. That is how simple it is. That is all there is. And I know at some point someone's going to say, well, is it a pay to win game? Since you can pay to unlock your frames, you can pay to unlock different Descendants, you can pay to unlock different boosters, is it just going to be a pay to win game? And the thing about that is there's no PvP in the game as of making this video. They might add it at some point in the future, but there's no PvP. So is it pay to win? Well, I mean, it's all working with people, so other people can definitely pay more money to be stronger than you. So that might fit into the pay to win definition, but they're not winning over you, right? Even if they're overpowered, that's helping you. So would I call it pay to win? I don't think so, but obviously people can pay to skip a lot of the weights, they can pay for convenience. I don't know if there's like an actual end game where like stats max out and you can't get any stronger. If there is a hard limit and you can reach that with free to play, then obviously there's no pay to win concern, but also how much time does that take? As someone who doesn't have as much time for gaming these days, there's no way I will ever see that limit if it exists without paying a lot of money. So should you give it a try? If you like games like Warframe, Destiny 2, maybe even Borderlands, if you enjoy the repetitive looter shooter where you just go into a mission, you try and get better loot to go to a mission to do better loot, if you enjoy that very simple gameplay look, then yeah, give it a try. If you're looking for something with a little bit more depth, a little bit more strategy, I don't necessarily know that you're going to find it here. Again, this is my first impressions after seeing the game for about an hour, so maybe that will change, but I just don't see a lot of depth to it there. And I definitely fear that the monetization is only going to get worse as they add more and more things. I despise battle passes, and while I don't mind people having the options to get cosmetics, I do resent games that say you have to play this game on only this game or you're going to miss out on things. I do dislike that. So will this game be for me? Probably not. I probably won't play it a whole lot, but I am glad that I got to try it out. And the art does look sick. A lot of the different things in here do look awesome. So there you have it, a quick and dirty first impression of a game that just came out. If you're on the fence, download it, it's free, give it a try. If you like looter shooters, you'll probably like this one. As always, leave a comment down below if you have questions, concerns, or anything that you dislike about the video, and like and subscribe, all that stuff that helps me. Have a blessed day.